So we need to talk about Zbcn. The price continues to go down, but the question is, how low can we potentially go before we eventually start heading back up? We'll discuss that in today's video. Hopefully I can leave Zbcn holders in peace, not in pieces, but I'm going to pull up the charts. I'm going to get into some news because maybe we got some great news on the way. This is a video you don't want to miss, that is for sure. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do on research. Before I get into the video, real quick, if you're looking for a great crypto exchange, check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000, no VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that trades using leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link will be in my description down below for anyone that's interested. All right, so before I can talk about the price action on Zbcn, we obviously have to see what's going on with the rest of crypto, and this is what's happening with the rest of crypto. Everything here is red except Pengu, which is up like 5%, but most of these coins in the top 100, it's just been brutal. 2025 has been a rough year. Even if we go from coins 101 to 200, the same thing, brutal, right? A lot of these coins are getting destroyed right now. And the reason why I'm showing you guys is because I need you guys to understand that it's not just Zbcn that's going down. All of these coins are going down. It's not a great year. I will say that it's not a great year. Hopefully sometime, maybe by the end of the year, we're going to have a massive rally. I don't know. I am still very bullish on the entire space because the entire space is still moving in the right direction. So even though we continue to see red days, a lot more red days than green days, we're still going in the right direction. So it is what it is. It just takes patience. The people that's able to hold through the tough times or buy these coins during the tough times are typically the people that makes the most of money in the most amount of money in the end. But let's get into some Zbcn news here. So if we go over to Zbc's X account, we can see that they posted this 21 hours ago. So it says, join us next week for Spaces as we share updates on our roadmap and the upcoming super app. Big things ahead for H2 2025. So hopefully whatever they have to share here next week can have a positive impact on the price action. But as I showed you guys right here, if the market looks like this next week, sometimes it doesn't matter how bullish, how positive a news that gets dropped, the price probably still won't reflect because the market on a whole is just not in a good position. But we'll see what ends up happening with Zbcn next week after we get some information on the super app. Hopefully they also talk about the buybacks because it's been quite a while since we've gotten any updates on the buybacks. I believe we're still missing May, so I don't know what's going on there. Hopefully they give us some updated information on that as well. Let's see what people are saying about Zbcn over here on X. Okay, so this person says, I am 1000% certain Zbcn is gearing up to hit a cent. This is truly a buying opportunity. So this person remains extremely positive. Zbcn Maxi, but this is hilarious. Come on, do something. Yeah, that is actually quite funny. What I am going to say is the Zbcn community is extremely strong. I mean, we're talking about a coin that's got a market cap of like, what, maybe 250 million or something like that. And it's got such a strong community. So that's always a positive sign. If you can get into a coin where the community is either massive, just solid, willing to always talk positive things about it, no matter what the price action is doing, that's always a great sign, okay? Let's see what else here. The Zbcn team is well aware. One announcement confirming Ripple's stellar partnership sends Zbc over $1 billion market cap. Yeah, obviously, one major announcement could literally get this thing rolling and just have it just skyrocketing. And then this video right here. I watched this video yesterday and it was actually extremely funny. We got one person who I guess sold out of Zbcn completely because they lost trust in or faith in the team. And then you have another person over here who's a Zbcn holder who remains extremely bullish and is DCing all the way down. And I always tell you guys, not only when it comes to Zbcn, just any coin in crypto, right? It's always good to have both sides. You don't want to be so bullish on a coin where you're not willing to hear the opposing end, someone that's bearish on a coin. You need to hear both sides and always keep an open mind because maybe they could bring light to something that you just weren't familiar with. Now, I've heard, this opposing side about the team, and I don't really think it's legit enough to say that Zbcn is not going to do great things. That's just my own personal opinion. But again, you don't want to be closed-minded no matter what coin you're holding, because we've seen closed-minded people just lose a ton of money in this space. I've seen it many, many times before. So again, always just keep an open mind. Hear both sides. It could cause you, or it can save you from a world of pain sometimes. Okay. Now, other than that, same person here says they're talking about Zbcn holders are the reasons why Zbcn's price is falling. He says, you sold it. Just buy it now if you see value. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, right, people are taking profits. A lot of investors, especially like if you've been watching my Zbcn videos from the very beginning, like you got in extremely early, right? 0.0007 or somewhere down at the bottom of the charts. And obviously you should have taken profits. That's the way you invest. Never get too greedy to the point where you feel like a certain coin is just going to run forever. The thing does a 10x and you're like, nope, I'm not taking profits until this thing gives me a 100 to a 250x. That's just being a little bit greedy. You got to take some profits. You made 10x, that's great money. Like, take some off the table, even if it's just your initial investment. Take something off of the table and see where the rest goes, right? The last thing I want is for any of you to end up regretting, your decision to not take profits. And again, I'm not only talking about Zbcn, I'm talking about every coin in crypto. If you guys have been watching my other videos for an extended period of time, I always talk like that. Take profits because you never know what's going to happen, and you don't want to end up with regrets, because regret sucks. I have lots of regrets. I can tell you guys that much. Okay. I have lots of regrets when it comes to investing in crypto and the stock market. But let's get into the price and see what's happening over here. Okay, so right now the current market cap for Zbcn is 253 million. The price is down almost 5% in the last 24 hours. The current price is 0.003. And the volume is sitting at 16 million. The volume is down 22%. So volume predicts price. The volume is definitely nowhere near as strong as it was during the massive rally on Zbcn. How long ago was this now? A month or so? Let's see. Zbcn peaked at the end of May. Wow, it's been a while. Okay, right. So volume definitely came down after this. Okay, so you can see right here at the peak volume, Zbcn was 149 million, and right now it's just 16 million. So that's a massive difference. Massive difference. But again, it's not just Zbcn that's going down. It's all of these altcoins. So we can't point fingers and say Zbcn sucks. But the thing is, anytime the price goes down for any coin, people will always point fingers regardless. They're going to ignore everything else that's going on in the market and just point fingers and say, hey, this particular coin sucks because the price is going down. It's absolutely funny. But let's take a look here at this chart. So we're still in this bearish momentum that was fired at the end of June. The price has been breaking support levels, as we can see, and I've talked about it. I already have them circled in. This used to hold as a support level 0.0032. It has broken that level. And in my last Zbcn video, I believe I spoke about if that level gets broken, then there is a chance where we could come now to 0.0021. So if you're looking to accumulate some Zbcn, I would actually look towards 0.0021, because that's where the next support level should be, in my personal opinion. Again, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong. You never know. For all we know, the market's going to recover as soon as I post this video, and Zbcn is going to break new and make new all-time highs. You never know what's going to happen in crypto. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below. And until next time, take care.